Now, I'm a former executive director of the Hawaii Republican Party. Member in good standing. But I do have problems. I do have some difficulties with the local Republican Party that I'm going to begin to speak on, and to speak about why the Republican Party here locally is not prepared to take advantage of what the Democratic Party, the jams that party has put us in. I'm generally not this specific in talking about situations because I want to talk about solutions. But there's things over the next few weeks that need to be brought to light and talked about and discussed in hopes that we can ring the bell and wake people up that something has to be happen about the leadership from the Democratic Party that is just making things worse day by day in the state of Hawaii. And yet we do not have a party that's able to stand up and do the things that need to be done. And there's a reason for it, too. The Republican Party is not offering that in the state of Hawaii at this time and hasn't for a number of years. And yet in a party that has only 5 people elected, we still have major rifts inside the party. The Hawaii Republican Party is not following the rules right now internally, okay? And we need to see that changes. I'm gonna talk about something right now that is really important to me and has been important to me since 2015. Over the next several weeks, I'm going to be speaking about issues that I think can be improved, and I hope will be improved at the Hawaii Republican Party. You know, how do you measure the success of a political party? How do you measure the success of the Hawaii Republican Party? You measure the success, it's simple. How many people have you put in office? How many elected officials have you put in office? That's it. I mean, to the people, not to the nerds like me that enjoy this and want to be there, but the people just walking on the street, it's laughable that Republicans have 5 people. We don't have a single senator. We lost Senator Sloan to Stanley Chang. And we have 5 House members. Do you know how many House members we had in 1998, 1999? In that time, we had 22 elected Republicans. One of the things we're going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks is that in that same time frame, we decided as Republicans that we needed a building. That we needed to buy a building at 725 Kapiolani Boulevard. Yeah, that's what a nonprofit who does not have steady revenue coming in every month is exactly what they need to do, is have a mortgage. You ask any financial planner if nonprofits should have a mortgage. There's only one answer, and that is no. You never have a sufficient stream of income to pay the mortgage, to pay the common area maintenance. You just don't have it. And then on top of that, you're supposed to put a reserve in place for things. Guess what? Things go wrong with property. So the logic for doing that was that one of the auxiliaries of the Hawaii Republican Party, a member, had given the party $300,000 to buy to induce the party to buy headquarters, and that auxiliary and the party would own the building jointly. Well, it's not controlled jointly. I can assure you that the Hawaii Republican Party is an auxiliary of that other group, and it's not the auxiliary of the party. It is totally reversed. But what we've been doing in the last 20 or 22 years is making sure with donations, with money coming in, making sure that the mortgage and the common area of maintenance on that building's been paid. Now, they're talking about doing things for candidates, okay? They haven't been doing things for candidates for 20 or 22 years. I've been there. I know. I haven't been there as long as some of them. Some of them have been there way too long, okay? Way too long. But they haven't been spending money and the time and effort to get candidates. And it's obvious. We went from 22 to 5 in the same time frame that we're paying a mortgage on a building, okay? And so what have we got today? We have very few. In fact, we get of the 5, we've got a chance, if you can believe this, if you're shutting down, that number could be reduced this November. I hope not, but there's no party behind them. The party needs to change dramatically, and in so many ways. The chairman stood up the other night at the meeting, and she said, I only became a Republican 2 years ago, and I had never been to a convention except the convention last year in Kauai, where I was elected chairman of the party. And she said, her words, not mine, and I don't know how to run these meetings. Now, she's been in office a year. I don't know how to run these meetings, but there's a bunch of, and these are her terms, a bunch of magic words that you're supposed to use at these meetings when I run meetings. And I don't know what those words are. That's the reason I've got a parliamentarian here. Okay? And that's exactly the kind of meeting that was run. Okay? It had visions of Keystone Cops. I mean, it's political. I'm sure that the Democrats have bad meetings as well. But the lack of professionalism is just unbelievable, okay, in terms of how to even orchestrate a simple political business meeting and how to do it, okay? The Republican Party has been out raising money. Come November, we're going to look at that and say, okay, how many Republicans are in office? Did they put 1 more? Did they put 5 more? Did they lose 1? And that's how we're going to rate this current Republican Party. No other way. We're not going to rate them on they had nice meetings, they met a lot of people, that they raised money. They don't get credos for any of that. How many people do you put in office? That's what we're going to rate them on. That's what we're going to rate the current leadership of the Republican Party on. How many people are you going to get elected? I hope it's a ton. I hope it's a lot. I am concerned. I'm going to do my part. There's a lot of people doing their part, but we need more than just people doing their part. So here's the thing I'm going to leave. Here's the one thing I'm going to leave. There's 2 or 3 things to talk about, but the one thing I'm going to leave with you right now, because we're out raising money, I'm going to tell you something that the party has not been doing since 2015. And the one time I was allowed to speak last Thursday night, I asked the chairman about this. I looked her square in the eye from the microphone, and I said, Chairman, are we doing financial statements at the Hawaii Republican Party? And it was like looking into the eyes of a deer on a roadway. And she responded that, well, we've changed reporting services for our reports to the Federal Election Commission. And I told her, I said, that's not a financial statement. That's not a balance sheet. That's not an income statement. Because I know we haven't done a balance sheet since the end of 2000. I think December 2014 was the last financial statement that the Hawaii Republican Party has published. Okay? We do, because of our relationship with the Federal Election Commission, we do report monthly how much money we brought in, what our expenditures were. And we listed deposits and we listed disbursements. And if people think we're Republicans. We're supposed to know what a financial statement is, and we're supposed to know the purpose of a financial statement. My goodness, folks. If nothing else, we're supposed to know that. I asked the question again to the chairman. Do we have a financial statement? I'm not sure if our bookkeeper is doing that or not. And I asked her a third time. I said, I don't believe we're doing financial statements. I don't think we are. I said, is it fair to say, Chairman, that we're not doing financial statements? And she acknowledged, said, yes, that would be fair to say that. We are not. We are asking you to give us money. We're asking other people to give us money. We're putting, in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars in the bank, and we're not doing a financial statement. I want somebody to tell me that makes sense. I want somebody to tell me that we're honoring our fiduciary responsibility. I stood up at a state convention in 2015 when the National Committee woman, who's still in office, and others said we no longer want to pay the expense of doing financial statements and having somebody do a financial statement. It was wrong in 2015. It was wrong in 2016. It was wrong in 2017, and it is really wrong in 2018. You have a political party collecting money as a fiduciary responsibility to donors and to contributors, and you're not having someone do a financial statement. It's wrong, folks. It's wrong. It's basic, folks, but that gives you an idea as the type of leadership we have at the party right now. But we need people that know what they're doing and understanding what they're doing. We have a state convention coming up in 2019 on Maui, and we elect new officers. We elect a new national committee woman, a new national committee man, and I expect young people to be elected to both of those positions. And I expect a new chairman in May of 2019. The newspaper's writing that we need two parties in this state. We need two parties in this state for everybody. But we're not in the conversation. We're name only. We're not in the conversation. We absolutely aren't. We need to follow our party rules or change them and follow them. We need to do a financial statement. And we need to be Republicans. We need to be real Republicans.